Yay! Oops.
Brilliant start.
So, yeah, one little thing about Mount Horu is that those little pustule kind of bits of ground, if you stand on them for too long without like jumping, they will heat up and deal damage to you.
Okay. Now, this is very last level-y. Is this the last level?
It is indeed.
It is. Oh.
We are. We're gonna die here. Oh God.
What?
God. Because we have instant death lava beams there. We're like, I mean, we've seen how good I am with dealing with beams. We know that I'm gonna die here.
I don't think this is how volcanoes work in real life.
No, probably
lava
not.
laser beams.
No, but oh God, mistiming the jump.
Good thing you had double jump. Triple jump.
Yeah. And there we go. Yeah,
nice.
That didn't take long. There we go.
Is that exactly how you were supposed to do that?
That is actually how you're supposed to do that.
Jeez.
I mean, I suppose you could maybe like find another way to get through that kind of jump, but like that's the easiest way I know how to do it.
It's the only way we're gonna get.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to figure out how to do that jump differently, you can buy the game yourself.
Well, no. Not that I'm part of post commentary of a full playthrough of the game. I don't know if.
Well, not talking to you specifically necessarily.
Well, actually, it happened a couple of times where I have a game on like my Steam wish list, and then one of my Let's Players that I follow plays through the game, and now I don't want to buy it anymore because I know what's in the game.
Yeah. Like I don't necessarily feel that way myself most of the time. It kind of depends on the game specifically, I guess.
Well, I know sometimes if it's like a completely narrative game like The Walking Dead, sometimes I play the game and then I watch the playthrough.
Yeah. But, well, because you want to go through that sort of experience without being spoiled. I've never really felt like I get I always watch Let's Plays and stuff like that more for the people doing the commentary than I do for the games themselves.
Well, for me, sometimes I care about the people doing it and the actual game itself.
Yeah, like I like seeing the games. Like that's how I found out about Ori and the Blind Forest, because Jesse Cox did a video on it. And
did you watch the full playthrough?
No, he did a single video of like the first 30 or 40 minutes of the game, and I watched that video and I was like, I need to have this video game because it looks really awesome. So like that's why I bought Ori and the Blind Forest, and I guess I don't know if that would have changed had he done a full playthrough of it or not.
Yeah.
But I don't, like, for me personally, I don't think it would have, because like there are very few times where I feel like my experience would have been like equal to the experience that I get from watching somebody else play it. That's kind of a convoluted way of wording it. So like a specific example of a game that I would rather watch an LP of than play is the Uncharted series.
Yeah.
And actually kind of Naughty Dog games in general. I don't like the gameplay of Naughty Dog's games, but I love seeing what they do with their narratives. So I really enjoy watching other people play like Uncharted or The Last of Us and stuff like that, whereas I don't feel any enjoyment from actually trying to play them myself. So that's an instance where like but you know, at the same time, that's an instance of where I would not be buying the game in the first place.
Because you don't have a PS3?
No, I do. I don't have an interest in playing the games.
Okay.
Because they're things that I have seen and determined that I would not have fun playing them. So it's like, if I don't watch an LP, I'm just not experiencing it at all. And so by that token, it's not like you can kind of say, well, I would have bought the game, but because I saw an LP, I'm not buying it now. It's like, I wouldn't have bought the game anyway, and I'm just watching an LP because I'm a little bit interested in seeing what the story is like.
Yeah. Well, I think, okay, like the main Let's Players I watch is Best Friends Play.
Yeah.
And you know, like the Walking Dead and Walking Dead 2. Okay, so I was gonna buy those games anyway. So thus I'm gonna play them before I watch the LP, so I don't get spoiled. But they've also done The Wolf Among Us, and I'm not really, even though it's entirely narrative based, I'm not gonna buy it anyway, and so I just watched their playthrough of it because I'm not gonna buy it at all. But in some cases, like there's an indie game called Freedom Planet.
Yep, I have that.
Now I'm not sure. I put it on my Steam wish list, but I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it or not. And like, they're gonna play through that. That's free.
Yeah.
You know, so might as well just watch it.
Well, especially with games that are specifically gameplay focused, I especially don't feel like I'm gaining as much by watching somebody else play it. But again, it all kind of depends on the circumstance. Because like with Ori and the Blind Forest here, you know the lion's share of the entertainment that the game has is in seeing it in action.
Yes.
And so unless you're a really big fan of Metroidvania style games, you're not really missing a lot by not playing it yourself. As long as you experience the visual style that the game has, because that's definitely where it shines. But in the case of a game like Freedom Planet, I really enjoy the style of gameplay that they that they went for, with kind of like trying to emulate Sonic the Hedgehog and Mega Man and stuff like that. And particularly because it's apparently the wall jump blew up the thing that I was trying to jump to. I really wish a lot more of those quote-unquote retro-inspired platformers would try to imitate games like Mega Man and Sonic the Hedgehog, rather than I don't know. Most of them aren't even trying to do retro anymore. They're trying to do like Braid and Limbo and Super Meat Boy.
Well, yeah, you get like those three types of indie games where it's Braid, Limbo, or Super Meat Boy. Those are the three that all of them are taking off from.
And those are the ones that are now being called retro-inspired games, because like
because it has a pixel art style.
Well, yeah, and because those three platformers, when they came out, were like, well, I mean, I guess not those ones specifically, but that was kind of the start of like the indie platformer thing. And then since then, indie platformer has become kind of synonymous with retro-inspired platformer, and it's just like I want things that are actually like games that I like. You know, nothing against Super Meat Boy or Braid or Limbo, because they're cool games.
I own 3 of those games.
Yeah, like they're cool games, but they're just games that I'm so bored of. And
I think they're excused, at least in my eyes, because they were the first.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
anything
exactly.
else, like afterwards, you can do something different, please.
Exactly. So it's just like I don't know. But that's why that's like I was really excited when I heard about Freedom Planet in the first place, because it was like, oh yeah, we were working on a Sonic fan game, and we decided to just turn it into a full game entirely. And
Yeah.
I heard that and I was like, hell yeah, I'm on board with that. I want to see that, because Sega, like, no, Lord knows Sega's not doing anything with Sonic the Hedgehog these days, so...
I'd like you to see Sonic Boom, okay?
Be still my beating heart. Rest in peace, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. Speaking of, like, fan games and stuff, okay, so whenever I hear, oh, we're doing a fan thing of Nintendo, alright? Okay, we're gonna do this. We're doing a project. It's
You always know it's gonna end poorly.
we really like Nintendo, and we're gonna do our thing based on its properties. And you know, guess what? 100% of the time, it's gonna get like shut down. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering, like, why did it have to be a fan game of you know, Nintendo? You could have just been your own thing, and you wouldn't have gotten cease and desist.
Just real quickly, I finally remembered that you can actually just grab and drag those little balls.
Okay.
Oops. I died like 3 times because I had forgotten about that. Yeah, I don't I mean, I guess I understand why people want to make fan games of Nintendo
Yeah,
properties.
it's to show that, you know, you're big fans of it, but you could have
Yeah.
just not done that, and everything would have been safer.
Well, yeah, at the same time, like, by now, everyone should really know that... oh, no, God,
Yeah,
oh no.
yeah. You should know better.
Everyone should know that you can't, like, fight Nintendo on that kind of thing. They're gonna shut you down. Like, sad as it is, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, so...
Come on. Come on. There we
Yeah,
go.
don't even make a Team Fortress 2 mod of looking like Splatoon.
They made Team Fortress 2 mods for Splatoon?
No,
Or of Splatoon?
No, they made a mod for Team Fortress 2 that kind of mimicked the gameplay style of Splatoon.
Has it been shut down yet?
It has, yeah.
Of course.
It got shut down like 1 or 2 weeks after like a video
man.
showed of it.
Oh man, that's... Ugh. Yeah, that's... I mean, I guess in a way they do kind of have to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it says in their IP contract they have to aggressively protect them.
Yeah, but it is kind of that thing that makes you, like, just cringe, because you're like,
Yeah, I mean, actually, the whole reason why that mod existed was because the creator didn't own a Wii U and didn't want to,
Yeah.
you know, fork in the money. Nice.
Yeah, we've narrowly avoided death there.
Yeah, and so, like, hey, screw that. I'm just gonna make a mod for Team Fortress 2 that does the same thing. So.
Yeah, and then it predictably gets shut down, of course.
Yes.
But I mean, yeah, it's fair enough. Like, Nintendo has to do that kind of stuff, so you know, I can't blame them too much for it.
You should know better. Like, don't make a vlog post, Angry Joe, that, you know, that you're very annoyed at them doing that, because what do you expect? Like, why did you do it in the first place if you know it's gonna happen?
On the other hand, like, I understand them, like, aggressively shutting down like actual copyright infringement stuff. Here's an exciting chase sequence.
Ooh,
We're being followed by lava.
we called it.
This is not actually the escape sequence for the dungeon, though.
Whatever.
Like, fair dues on Nintendo for, you know, aggressively protecting their copyright. Like, they need to do that. But on the other hand, the way that Nintendo treats copyright on YouTube is incredibly stupid. So I can sympathize with people like Angry Joe on that front, because Nintendo just shuts down everyone who tries to cover Nintendo content.
No, but have you heard of their community program
God.
they have?
Ugh.
Have you heard of that? Because, you know, if you want to do that sort of stuff, you should join it.
I don't have a... Thankfully, Actually, I would be interested in like recording Xenoblade Chronicles X, but whatever.
That's gonna be like fucking 300 hour playthrough.
Yeah, yeah. It'd be a lot of fun though. I'd love to do that. But thankfully, I don't have a manner of recording console games at the moment anyway, so that's a kind of a moot point. So we finally cleared out all of the lava in Mount Horu.
Finally.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of difficult considering we're in a volcano.
Yeah. Apparently, we just got to plug a few holes, and that you know stops.
Yeah,
it all.
yeah. We prevented Krakatoa 2.
Yep. Exactly. Next stop, the frickin' super volcano in that national park.
Where?
I really should. Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. I don't know where Yellowstone is.
Yellowstone National Park.
Is that in America?
Yeah, it's in the U.S. It's in like the Midwest, I think.
Okay.
Like Yellowstone National Park is literally built on top of a supervolcano that,
okay.
like, if it erupted, it would cover the entire United States in just a cloud of ash. And
did they know about that when they were building something on top of it?
I don't know.
I'd like to think yes. It brings in the tourists.
Yeah.
Threat of a volcano. I mean, that's why we went to Mount Etna, I think. I'll go look it up.
Yeah.
That's where we went.
But yeah, like if Yellowstone were to erupt, it would like a very large portion of the world would actually get kind of covered in soot and ash as well. Not just the U.S., but like that's a super volcano. Like there are a couple of those.
Super volcano.
Yeah, there are a couple of those across the planet, and they are absolutely terrifying to think about.
I like the scientific terms for these things. To you know, since it's so big, you just call it super at the end of it.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
in front of it. Yeah.
Just append super to the beginning, and then there's your lot. You know.
Oh, we're nearly complete.
Yeah, we're finally gonna buy life markers, and we're gonna search out where that final life cell is because I don't know.
Did you actually manage to get it, or
we don't collect it because we could have.
You just want to know?
Yeah, I was like, where is it? Where could I possibly have missed this this one last life cell? And
did I see it?
Oh, there.
No,
right there.
The opposite side of the Earth.
Yep. Right below where we were last video.
Okay, fast forward. Let's go get it.
No, we're just gonna go right on to the end of the game.
Yeah, this looks very end gamey.
You don't say.
Oh, look at that.
So the element of warmth is not actually like it's active, and that's the problem with it. So we're
gonna remove warmth from the planet.
Yeah, we're gonna try to calm it down. But hi Crow.
No, I need the warmth.
So this is the final boss fight, which doubles as the final chase sequence because those are the boss fights.
More like hitting two birds with one stone.
Ha! What a good joke. Oops.
That was a joke.
So I'm gonna speed up because I die a couple more times, and oops, and you know, I didn't want to cut the deaths entirely, because this is probably, you know,
important.
next to the Ginso tree, this is, you know, one of the like hardest parts of the game, obviously, since it's the end of the game.
First I have to deal with water, now I have to deal with lava and you know, bird.
Yeah.
Super pissed off at you.
Got to do the bird and the escape sequence at the same time. You know, we're having a fun time here. So we're gonna, just have our final fight against Kuro, and then see if we can't clear up this misunderstanding about how we're actually trying to save the world. And
now you see that death beam that annihilated your children. You see, that was an accident.
Yeah, exactly. It was, it wasn't our fault. Why are you trying to kill us? It's not.
Keep in mind, the life tree was the one that, that did it. It has the name life,
Although, I mean, it kind of raises the questions, like, maybe Kuro is, like, an aspect of death or something.
But she gave birth.
Well, I mean, that's not, like...
Did I just debunk your theory?
No. Like, aspects of death can procreate. Aw. And, that's the final kind of gameplay sequence of the game.
Alright, so from here on out, it's gonna be a cutscene?
It's gonna be cutscene, yep.
Jeez. Look at the time bar, we have like 10 minutes left.
There are credits too.
Counts. So close.
Yeah, we gotta bring the spirit tree
well,
back
at least
to
now
life.
we know the gender of the tree.
Yeah, one of the few kind of male-gendered characters in the game. Naru, Ori, and Kuro are ladies, and Gumo
What about
and
Sign?
the Spirit Tree. I don't think Sign is ever given a gender.
See, that's what everything here should have been given a gender.
Oh, we're gonna float off to the Spirit Tree. Oh.
Ah, that's my feather.
Yeah.
Give it
Kuro
back.
apparently wanted to get her feather back. And
Game
poor
over.
Ori. Yeah.
You got the bad end.
Good game. Well played.
Now are you playing as Naru?
Actually, yeah, you do have to control this.
You lied to me.
I mean, I would say it's stretching to call this like gameplay, but
Oh, okay, was that it?
yeah.
Oh.
You did have to manually control that, but that's like all you had to do. Aww.
It's my child.
Yeah.
Oh, you killed him.
So
Shit.
Kuro is going to be moved by this display of compassion because Kuro just wants to protect her children as well. Aww.
Oh. Your child reminds me of my child.
Oh.
Meg. Oh shit.
Just ruining
There
the
goes-
mood.
There goes all of the emotional stuff
Yep.
going on right here.
Pause bugs ruining the mood. Ugh.
You see, if this was a fighting game tournament, it would have been disqualified.
It's like, no, I didn't mean for it to happen, please.
Doesn't matter, disqualified.
Oh, and the, of course, element of warmth started going even more out of control because we didn't get to stop it in time. So, Kuro is going to save the day, actually, with a sudden change of heart.
What was that thing she was using?
I think she
Was that
grabbed.
Sign?
Yeah, I think she grabbed Sign, and
Oh no! Sign and sacrificed them.
well, Kuro sacrificed herself. Yeah. Scream! And then all the fires are gone. Yay.
From the world? Oh no!
I guess so. We just completely took out the element of warmth there.
Shit. Ooh.
Yeah, Mount Horu is now calmed down.
Has now died.
Yeah. Cools off. Oh, look.
You need
Such
to
a serene
cool off.
picture.
Well, that was pretty quick.
Yeah. Right? That's the power of the spirit tree, I guess.
Mm.
No, I think this is supposed to be another, like, time lapse. Again, not sure what the timeline of the game actually is, but...
Oh, we're alive.
yeah. because the spirit chew was saved in time, and it presumably brought.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and look, there are a bunch of the other.
Alright, so we can't bring back Churro.
No.
You can save everyone unless you've been completely disintegrated.
Yeah. I guess maybe it's like the noble sacrifice meant that, I don't know.
Oh, it's the egg.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, hasn't hatched yet, but
There we
finally.
go. Yeah, now it's hatching.
Oh, it's gonna be the runt.
It's a little babu burb.
Uh-huh.
So that was Ori and the Blind Forest.
Oh, it was. Oh, I thought we were playing a different game.
Yeah, I know.
And
it was
the
very
Blind Forest.
confusing there for a minute, but
The end to Ori and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh,
It's now over.
thank you, Moon Studios.
Was this the first thing they've developed?
I do believe so. Yeah. So, what did you think of the game overall?
It's very pretty.
It is indeed. Their art department deserves everything that they got and possibly more.
I guess. Yeah, I'd say it's good overall. But if you're a gameplay mechanics kind of person, I don't know.
It's a little bit shallow if you're well versed in Metroidvania titles.
Yeah. Oh, there were vocals. Oh no, this is the music.
Yeah. Like I kind of wish the bash mechanic had been used more than it was.
Right.
Because again, that was like I really liked how that kind of changed the way you interacted with enemies and with the environment, and I think that could have made for far more expanding than they did do. But I mean, obviously, I've played the game 3 times, so I really liked it. Clearly.
Of course. Well, okay. Well, there were some segments like the gravity thing and
Also,
mechanics like that. Yeah.
worth pointing out real quick.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this game is made in Unity.
Say what?
Take that, all you terrible Steam games that use Unity and just drag its name into the dirt. This game.
So you're telling me Unturned is using the same engine as
Yeah,
this?
yeah, pretty much.
I'm blowing my mind here.
Like,
Wait, so you're actually saying it doesn't matter what the engine is, whether
No.
if it's a good game or not.
it's
It actually
shocking.
it actually goes down to what the developer is puts effort into.
Yeah, it actually, it actually falls down upon the, developers caring about their work. Huh. Imagine that.
Yeah. Anyway, to do with the gameplay mechanic stuff. Well, if you look at Guacamelee, it uses pretty much all of its mechanics everywhere.
Yeah.
And if you compare what that does to what it does here, for example, the gravity segment, that was only used in one area.
Yep.
And it's never brought on again.
Yeah.
So, I guess just to give the game more depth, they could have used that more often instead of just a single level.
Well, I wonder if that would have kind of ended up needlessly complicating it as well.
Oh well, Guacamelee is so complicated anyway. So.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a very fine balance to be hit there, I think.
Yeah. You have to consider the direction they were going with this game. Maybe they weren't trying to make an in-depth game. And that's fine.
Austin Wintory. I didn't. That's interesting.
Do you know that man?
Well, Austin Wintory did the soundtrack for Journey.
Okay.
Which is a PS3 game about going on a very magical journey.
Never would have guessed that.
Yeah, it has a beautiful soundtrack, which plays very well along with how the game plays.
Didn't that game get a BAFTA with its soundtrack?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, look at this. Look at splash art.
Aww,
But
so
that is
cute.
a screensaver.
So yeah, that was Ori and the Blind Forest. I hope you guys all enjoy watching it, and we will see you next time with something else.
Yeah, when we do New Game Plus.
Oh God, no.